I was writing a paper with AI on the human condition, talking about, why people get angry and how it's rooted in lacking intelligence and this kind of thing. And then immediately I couldn't access the chat. It was not allowing me to, I would say all this stuff and then it wasn't responding. So what happened is that somebody saw that, what I had said, and they go, oh, I can think of something. I'm smart now. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what they do. They're not very smart. Just all of them together couldn't even be considered smart. And what they do most of the time is they say, oh, I have an idea. I'm smart now. You know what I'm saying? Because they have this deep need to feel like they're intelligent. You know what I mean? And to feel like they could contribute to anything successful at all. And it's just, that's part of it. The other part is they're just not smart enough to actually sit there and think of something to say, oh, like what I was saying the other day. And I just pointed out, oh, this is how they think, oh, I'm smart. I have a strategy now, like they want to feel like they have like a strategy, you know what I mean? They want to feel like, oh, this is the way to get it done, And then just as soon as I pointed that out, making a YouTube video, instantly the TV started working. As soon as I said that's how they think. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't really face themselves, with that being true. Because it's just they can't help but just they need to feel like they're getting ahead. Somehow, you know what I mean? They can't. And just like yesterday, I made myself a cup of coffee. I don't even use any kind of stimulants anymore. I just quit. But I like to drink coffee, and I think it was just obvious I was in a good mood. I'm about to drink some coffee, And then they hit me with a bill from Apple before I could even, right after I poured the coffee. And I just didn't even know, they had just been waiting so long, and they hit me with all these bills all at once, which is fine. I don't mind paying it. I just had no idea where the expenses were coming from. And that was just another way for them to, because it's just so pathetic. It's petty, really. It's just, they just spin their wheels constantly. It's just the thought of some pinhead person sitting around going, oh, I have an idea. Just spur of the moment. That's a strategy, just to hear something and then think you have an idea. That's a real strategy. Like, that's the problem, is these people, why don't you read some strategy books? Okay, and stop trying to say things to yourself like, oh, I have an idea, just because you heard, something, just because you heard just boom, now I have a strategy. I heard what you said about human nature. Boom, now I have a strategy to use right now. And that's valid.